Hi, I'm Heather Solis, and I'm a digital learning coach with Georgetown ISD. And I love the collaborative cycle of the Google Certified Coach 5-step coaching model. I've utilized it. It utilized other coaching models, but this model by far is my favorite due to its ease of use, clear and easy to follow steps. So I met with a first grade teacher to help her identify and understand the challenge. I showed her a Google slideshow with a 5-step coaching model and explained each step. And then I told her that we would be meeting about the first step and I would go on to investigate possible strategies and then we would meet again. And I emphasized that the beauty of the step was that she didn't have to do any work looking for resources. This wasn't going to be another thing for her to do. She could focus on her class and I would use my time to do the research for her. So we went through the GrabJam protocol and she had identified her problem of practice as student agency. Her students really needed help during math stations because they were disrupting small groups with a teacher because they were getting stuck or weren't completing their work. So while I was there, we created a Google Calendar appointment for our follow-up meeting a couple weeks later so that when I left to investigate possible strategies, we would already have a meeting ready. Next, I created a Google Sheet that I made a coaching tracker. And I really wanted to document my interactions with my teachers and the coaching cycle. And I kept track of their name, their grade, their problem of practice, subsequent meeting dates, potential solutions and resources, any implementation notes I had, my reflection, and kind of thoughts about the coaching cycle. So then I went on to curate a short list of tools and strategies on a Google slide that I shared with my teacher. It was a collaborative playlist, and I listed some possible solutions, and then I shared it with the teacher in person. I didn't want to do that just through email and make her feel overwhelmed about my choices, but I showed that to her, and allowed the teacher to identify the strategy or tool that she wanted to implement. So she chose to start by reinforcing classroom expectations with a strategy called the Learning Pit to help her students become more independent. And then after establishing those expectations, she implemented a must-do, may-do choice board for students for those stations that she was wanting help with. I supported the teacher as she implemented her self-selected strategy by checking in with her, offering to be present or assist her, or even co-teach with her. She decided to try it on her own and tell me about it at our next meeting. And she was so excited about having an outside perspective and a thought partner to work on a problem of practice. Because at the time she was just feeling overwhelmed and just really didn't have the time to investigate or think about what solutions might work. So when I met with her again, so we could reflect on the process and her progress and figure out our next steps, after reflecting and sharing her experience, she asked me actually to come to her classroom and see the transformation that had taken place during her stations, and to see that her students were following those clear expectations and how they were using the must-do, may-do choice board. And I was really surprised at how well her students responded without additional tools or strategies. So at this time, she isn't focusing on a new problem of practice, but I love that we had a successful coaching cycle and that now she knows that I'm a resource for her for future needs and that she can count on me to be there to help support her through solving future problems of practice.